bad news, everyone.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I think you can probably tell by the title a little bit of bad news today, but I thought I'd take a few minutes to discuss sort of what my mindset is about it and things. Obviously last week, probably Friday afternoon now, last thing, the surgeon got in touch and just kind of let us know what the results were of the initial histology, and it looks like the stuff they took out was a recurrence of the original tumour. So it's same again, really. It's like grade 3-4, which was what the original tumour was. So unfortunately, it means I'm going to have some form of chemotherapy again. Now I'm not 100% sure what that sort of entails yet. I'm still waiting for a call off a guy called Dr. Watt, who's my oncologist. He's going to be looking after the treatment again, I'm told. Really nice guy. Obviously, he's going to book an appointment for me to go and sit down, and we'll probably have a bit chat about what the plan of treatment is going forward. Kind of like the difference where I'm at this time compared to the first time is, obviously I've been through this once. It's chemotherapy as a concept, it's quite scary. You see a lot of stuff on TV, but in practice, it's the majority of people tend to tolerate it quite well. And the one I had last time, I had a drug called temozolomide, which was an oral chemotherapy agent. It didn't have a lot of the traditional effects like losing your hair and your nails growing funny and things like that. It didn't have that sort of effect. It did mess with your stomach a little bit. But there's one thing I've learned over the years is I've got a bit of an iron stomach anyway, so I didn't really struggle with sickness and things. Little infections and things you picked up tended to knock hell out of you a little bit, but that was pretty much about it. I think of the 6 months I was on that for, 1 month I had to delay it a week because my blood counts had crashed a bit too much, but for the most part it wasn't too bad. So fingers crossed. It's I'm going to be on something similar this time, and it's just going to be once a month, go in, get the bloods taken, how you doing, blah blah blah, there's your drugs, go away and take them, and we'll see you next month. Obviously this time I'm hoping it does a bit of a better job. I would imagine if they're not looking to try a different drug, I would hazard a guess that they may be looking to pop the dose up a little bit. But sort of from my point of view, it doesn't really change a lot for what I'm planning on doing with the channel. If anything, it gives me an opportunity to try and sort of catalogue firsthand how the chemotherapy affects my progress, my exercise and my training. These drugs tend to have a pretty nasty effect on your blood. I think, if I remember from the last time, it's what they call cytotoxic or something like that. It kind of messes with your blood counts. It can mess with your immune system. But obviously on top of everything else that we've got to think about these days, we've got the whole bloody COVID thing. So hopefully, as long as I'm isolating and I'm maintaining social distance, even while I'm on the chemo drugs, I should be able to get out and get back to training. But yeah, I would imagine progress might be stunted a little bit, obviously, because my body's going to be trying to make adaptations from the exercise and things. Like my cardio system's going to be trying to adapt to the increased workload I'm asking it to be under, but at the same time my blood's going to be having to work a lot harder because it's got these chemicals in it. So it's going to be, it'd be interesting as a study of one, I suppose. It's an N equals 1, it's not exactly a good sample size, but it'll be interesting to see how it works. I've got this like strange idea in my head. I think if I can progress well through while I'm on the chemotherapy, when all those effects wear off, I might be like bloody Superman at the end of it. So it's like my body will be thinking, Christ, it's so much easier to work. And I don't know, I might end up being like Lance Armstrong, absolute flying machine after cancer treatment, just obviously without all the EPO and bullying and things like that, but that's a different thing. But yeah, so I mean, compared to the first time I did it, I'm relatively positive. I think the surgeon did make a point of saying the surgery went really well. There's nothing on the scan that shows any sort of hint that they've missed anything. So it looks like this little thing, whatever it was, I mean, regardless of how nasty it is, it's in a jar now. It's getting tested, so it's getting, hopefully, somebody doing some experiments on it will answer a question that'll maybe tailor a better drug, or might even find a better drug for me one day. Really, having experience of chemotherapy, it is quite valuable. It kind of stops you from running away with yourself. It's very easy when you look at these sort of things to think of the worst case and just get way too far ahead. And I did that the first time. I got really depressed the first time I got diagnosed, and I was terrified about how I was going to look to my kids even, and things like that. And whereas this time I know, as long as I keep on top of my diet, I keep active, and I try and stay well, and just generally look after yourself, you respond all right. It does make you, I think it made me lose a little bit of weight last time, but if anything, that was just a really good excuse to have a massive breakfast on a morning. And I had this great woman who used to bring me breakfast at work, and she used to always be chucking black pudding in it and things like that, like really high iron foods, because that helped her friend. She had to take iron tablets, so I got free black pudding for a little while off the breakfast van, so that was a bonus. So yeah, I thought it was, obviously, in the concept of the channel, I think it's important to share the ups and the downs. Obviously, this is a bit of a down. I mean, if I'm honest with myself, I did expect it to be cancer again. I think the surgeon seemed pretty confident that that's what it was going to be without saying it out loud. And I mean, these guys have seen everything before hundreds of times. They can tell by what it is, where it is, what it looks like. They're just not allowed to guess. So I think if you kind of prepare for the worst and hope for the best, it's a lot easier to take. But really, yeah, if anybody wants me to look at anything while I'm on these chemo cycles that are going to be coming up, or document anything, this is a cracking opportunity really to ask me to do stuff. I mean, these opportunities don't come around very often, and if I'm honest with you, I don't want another one. So let's make the most of this one. If we can try things like, I don't know, even diet stuff, training plans, things like that, of how I can work around the chemo, and that would be a really good resource for this channel to have. So if anybody ever comes searching for this stuff later on, God forbid they don't have to, but it's going to be here for them. So I'll leave that there. I'm obviously, like I say, it's disappointing, but we just have to treat this as an opportunity, just like anything else. It's an opportunity to learn from it. It'll be a grim couple of months. It was last time, but in the grand scheme of things, these drugs are really effective. They're really good at what they do, and these doctors are really clever. They really know what they're talking about. And again, they wouldn't be giving me this sort of chemical, which has the potential to harm you, if they didn't think it was going to pay dividends and keep me on my feet for a long time. So yeah, so let's get down to it. If there's anything anybody wants me to look at, please drop a comment below. Obviously, I've had a lot of new viewers to the channel recently. If you like what you see here and you just want to support along, please consider subscribing below, because I mean, it's a huge bonus to me to be able to share this, and it's a massive buff to know that people are enjoying it and it's hopefully helping someone. Even if it's just a handful of people, then that's great. I mean, obviously, ideal world, people wouldn't need this information, but well, shit, so it's not ideal. But yeah, thank you very much, and thanks for all the support people have given me so far, and I look forward to sharing a bit more information soon when I know a bit more. See you later.